discussing about the merits and demerits of international business. Last class we completed nature, right? So today we'll be discussing what are the merits and demerits. Firstly, let's discuss the advantages. Number one, maximum utilization of resources. So we all know that when a business moves from a local city or a state across the borders or a country, definitely it has access over various resources, and it also helps to utilize it to the maximum extent or the full potential of the resources. The resources can be labor, it can be capital, it can be technology, infrastructure, right? It can be anything that due to international business we are able to utilize it more efficiently, right? In case a country does not take up imports and exports, then its resources remain unexploited. Isn't that true? Now, in case certain resources can be used only when there is international business or international trade, right? For an example, import and export, right? The shipment charges or the packing or making sure your company goods are reaching out to customers in another country, etc., right? When can this marketing or shipment facilities be utilized? Only when there is international business. If you're not importing or if you're not exporting or having any kind of international trade, then it wouldn't be possible. The second one is new technologies. So every time a company is opening up its branch or its through franchising or licensing or contract manufacturing in another country, it is always exposed to new technologies. If there are other countries, companies setting up its businesses in India in the mode of foreign direct investment, okay, so what is our advantage? We get to learn new technologies. It can be with respect to software technology or respect to manufacturing methods or processing methods, etc., right? New technologies does not always mean with respect to software technology, but it also it means with respect to manufacturing process, managerial decisions, administration process, all of these. So when we are moving across an economy, we tend to learn new things. Okay, that involves learning up new technology. So it can be like a mutual benefit. Whatever we can learn from them, we can update ourselves. Whatever it is that they need to, they can pick up from our country or our economy, they can sure learn it. So it's a mutual benefit with the help of international business. Number three is increase wage levels. Now, why do people move out of a particular country or a state even though there are job opportunities in their home country? The only reason is higher salary, isn't it? We all are working towards a better salary. The same work, if I'm doing in another country, they're paying me 10 times more. So people choose to work in a foreign country than in their own home country. Okay, so that way, in terms of international business, it opens up business opportunities, employment opportunities, or even for various professions like say chartered accountant or management accountant, etc., right? For them to take up those jobs, that way it will increase their wage levels, right, or salary levels. So when you're working for a foreign institution or for another country's company, automatically their salary pay scale or the benefits, incentives, everything is going to be a little bit higher when you compare to a local company or your own home country company. Isn't that true? So that's another major advantage of international business. Number four, access to larger talent pool. Now, definitely, yesterday you remember during when we discussed nature of international business, we discussed about, you know, economic, right? Economic concentration, right? What do we call that? We are trying to pool in talents from different locations or different countries. Is that clear? So that's called as access to larger talent pool. Let's say in a particular country, we have the labor, but we do not have the expertise, or we do not have, the amount of capital that we require. So every country has some strength and some weakness. No matter how developed a country can be, it always have its own strengths and its own weaknesses. But when you move from a country to another country in the form of international business, you get to access a larger talent pool. Isn't that true? So, what our country is lacking, when I move to another country, that particular talent or resource is abundant. Isn't that true? So, when we are entering into international business, we get to access that talent pool. It can be in terms of managerial decision making, it can be the amount of labor, the access of facilities, or the amount of opportunities the government gives, etc. It can be various talent pool, right? When can you access or utilize this talent pool? Only when you're moving from one country to another in the form of international business. Number five, move profits. Now, definitely, now once you have saturated, when does a company move from its home country to an host country? When its home country's demands have been saturated. That means you have met the maximum limit of the your respective home country market. So that's when companies move out of their respective country, right, to achieve a larger target of profit. Now, every business aim is to what? Maximize profit. Okay. Now, that can be maximized the most when you take up your business on a international level. So, because when I'm talking about international level or different economies, I'm not talking about home currency, home country's currency. As you move out of each boundary or economy, even the currency is going to change, right? Lesser or lower, it is going to change. Now, especially when you're moving out of India, then definitely all the major developed countries have a stronger currency than us, right? So when you're having a business in USA as an Indian company, in Germany, France, etc. So the amount of profits you make is 10 times more than what you can earn in your home country. So international business benefits are you can maximize your profits as you move across the borders. Let's understand what are the demerits of international business. Now, one of the major thing is political and legal difference. As I told, there are some respective governments who are quite, strict and very rigid with their, import facilities or export facilities, or the taxes that they levy, or all the procedure that exporters or importers have to go through, etc. And there are some countries which are, giving or opening up their country or opportunities, providing the people in the home country to export or to import. Now, our country, like we have set up, no tax free trade zones or special economic zones, right? Have you heard about those zones, right? So SEZ, it's called as special economic zones. So they've set up certain zones or certain geographical location where these industries manufacture solely for the purpose of exporting. Okay, so that way there can be some countries who are very, very restrictive, right? Now, in case this restriction is lifted, You can have an amazing, business transactions or business relationship with the country. But no, one of the major disadvantages, not all countries or not all governments are opening up their market for international business. Even if they open their market, there's going to be a lot of political or legal restrictions or differences. Okay, so number two is trade restrictions. Again, it refers or combines with the first point, where the amount of trade, right, which goods have to be traded. The government sets a very strict rule. Only these are the goods that can be imported, only these are the goods that can be exported. Again, the quantity of those goods to be imported, exported can be fixed. Okay, or they can even have a restriction with respect to, you have to move the goods through shipment, okay, or through roadways, right, or through this particular time period, right? So they can have such restrictions with respect to international trade. Number three, difference in currency. Now, this is a very common thing, right? Once you move out of your home country for the purpose of business, you have to understand how the currency works in other respective foreign currencies, because it's not the same. It can increase or it can decrease. So there's a lot of calculation that you need to be that needs to be done and understood with respect to currency calculation. Is that clear? So the third demerit is difference in currency. So every time you're moving into new countries, you need to understand their currency values. Okay. The last one, marketing infrastructure difference. Now, definitely the availability and the nature of the marketing facilities available in different countries will definitely vary, right? It varies very widely, right? So the more you the way you advertise, the way you market your products, now we say the ads in our country are more sentimental, or I would say the more emotional, isn't it? Maybe the way they advertise in other countries might not be the same, right? So the way you market your products or promote your products, how you advertise your products by not degrading your competitor's product. That's a very important point. Yes or no? Every company that promotes its product has to keep in mind that it does not degrade or show a lower point upon the competitor's market. So you need to understand, in every foreign country that you enter, understand their marketing techniques or the promotion techniques. How do people connect with an ad or advertisement, right? How do they connect? How should I advertise? How are these people? How can I attract the market in this particular country, right? So definitely, as you move from a country to country, maybe even state to state, there you will find a difference in the marketing structure or infrastructure. Clear to all of you? So today we have come across the merits as well as the demerits. Merits are maximum utilization of resources, new technologies, increased wage levels, access to larger talent pool, more profits. What are the demerits of international business? Political and legal differences, trade restrictions, difference in currency, and fourth one, marketing infrastructure difference. Can you look at that picture over there? What does trade restrictions lead to? Fewer economic opportunities. So the higher the restrictions the government establishes, the lesser opportunities for international business. Okay, so with this we complete the topic, merits and demerits of international business.